au dortoir pendant que les autres dormaient. Aïe! Tu m'as fait mal!
In her bedroom, Bilitis reflects on the events of the recent summer. She was practicing for a role in the play at her boarding school at the beginning of the season, but she was having trouble with her lines. In order to distract her from her studies, her schoolmates managed to drag her to a nearby lake, where several of them undressed and went swimming. But Bilitis isn't in the mood for games, so she prevents one of her friends from joining the others, as she blurted as well that she doesn't like boys, and even don't like the idea of kissing one.
J'embrasserai jamais un garçon. Celle-ci qui tombe amoureuse, je n'en ai nullement l'intention.
She had no idea that her first love would not end the way she had hoped. One of her female schoolmates has a secret relationship with Bilitis, but they only consider it as being curious on their sexuality. During a photo shoot for their class, a photographer named Lucas caught Bilitis' attention and instantly got attracted to her. Bilitis, being a teenager and still discovering what she really wanted, tried to seduce Lucas, but still she feels she is not really into guys.
Vous êtes un peu fou, je crois.
Un peu fou de toi.
The festival stars and guests came, and one of them are rich couple Melissa and Pierre. Melissa came from the same school as Bilitis, and now an alumni and wants to support their show. Melissa and Pierre actually invited Bilitis to spend the summer with them. They were introduced, and somehow the two women seems to be intrigued with each other. But Pierre was a bit harsh on Bilitis.
Est-ce que Bilitis est prévenue?
Naturellement. Bilitis!
Bonjour. Bonjour. Je suis Melissa Hampton. Enfin, de Marne. De Marne est mon nom de mariage. Ah. Voici mon mari.
Bonjour.
Je ne t'aurais pas reconnu.
During the presentation, Bilitis feeling the pressure, and so during the performance, she forgot her lines, but Lucas still kept on taking photos of her. Melissa was concerned towards Bilitis of what happened to her, but the headmistress told her she will be fine. Her female schoolmate said goodbye to Bilitis as summer starts. And so Bilitis went with the couple, and Melissa makes sure she is well taken care of.
Il fait froid. Viens devant. C'est Nani. Elle t'a connue quand tu étais toute petite. Elle était là quand je suis née.
Melissa showed to Bilitis her room and told her it was as well her room when she was young. Bilitis thanks Melissa and told her she likes her room as long as she wouldn't feel being locked up. During dinner, Pierre being a bit rude on Bilitis, that is why she didn't finish her food and just asked a glass of milk. Melissa then gave Bilitis what she asked for. As Bilitis explores her sexuality, she now begins to develop an attraction towards Melissa.
Vous dormez dans le même lit? Bien sûr. Voilà une question. Bonne nuit.
She witnessed how Pierre often forced Melissa to have sex with him. The next day, the two women went to the beach, and this made them closer to each other. Melissa suddenly kissed Bilitis, then bit her lips. Then, after she reminded Bilitis to stop spying on her, as she knows Bilitis saw her with Pierre making out.
Écoute. Arrête de m'espionner. Compris?
Bilitis wants to know more about Melissa, and so she asked the nanny how and when the couple started dating. Bilitis still haven't forgotten Lucas, and so she wrote a letter for him. As she was starting to write, she heard again Melissa with Pierre, and Bilitis can feel Melissa was being forced again to make out with him. The next day, after Pierre left, Melissa checks on Bilitis, and that's when she knew Bilitis wrote a letter to Lucas. Then Melissa again told Bilitis whatever she heard inside the house, it's none of her business. Then Melissa asked Bilitis about Lucas.
Quel petit ami? Qui espionne qui en ce moment?
Melissa told Bilitis she can meet Lucas, and she even dropped her at the beach where Lucas is working. And so Bilitis and Lucas spent time together. Before going home, they decided to check on Pierre and saw that he was with another woman. That's when Bilitis realized Pierre is cheating on Melissa. But she didn't mention anything to Melissa about what she saw. Instead, she asked Melissa if she can have a bike so she can visit Lucas. Melissa said yes, and she kissed her as a way of saying thanks.
Merci.
On sort sa langue aujourd'hui quand on dit merci.
And so Lucas and Bilitis again spent time together, and this time around, they shared a kiss, but Bilitis seemed to feel uncomfortable. When Bilitis came home, she went directly to her room and started to imagine on how to kiss, and Melissa saw her. Then both of them felt the tension and started to kiss when Pierre called Melissa. The next morning, Pierre left and told Melissa he will be gone for 3 days. Melissa has no idea Pierre will be with his other woman. Bilitis actually saw him leave with the woman, but Pierre told her it's none of her business. Lucas and Bilitis went to a place where they can make out, but Bilitis isn't really comfortable with what Lucas was doing. She went back home feeling so upset, and now she realized what and who she wants. She is now falling for Melissa, and the two women can no longer hold what they felt, and they made love that night. Bilitis then told Melissa to imagine that she is Pierre making love to her. Bilitis told Melissa that she is falling in love with her, but Melissa said that despite what they feel for each other, what happened last night should not ever happen again. Bilitis realized that no matter what she will do, she can never have Melissa, and so she decides to look for a man that will truly love Melissa. Bilitis knew that Pierre has been cheating with his wife, and since she loves Melissa so much, despite being hurt, she asked Lucas to try and know Melissa. During a party, she could see that Lucas is also attracted to Melissa. She then just cried and realized she just lost the woman she first truly loved from the man who first fell in love with her. So heartbroken, Bilitis decided to leave Melissa with Lucas and went back to her school, and all that she had was her memory with Melissa that summer. The first love she found was with a married woman. Want more queer content? Then please subscribe and hit the notification bell.